Dark smoke. And in that smoke, on a table lit with cigars, was Gary, Devin, and John. Welcome to Smoking Underground. My name is Devin. This is Gary, as you can say, and John behind the microphone, who you can't see because he likes to be antisocial. We are here tonight. There he is, taking up the entire screen and cutting us off. Good job there.
Nice nose hairs, John.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, welcome. Please remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe. I want to go ahead and get that out of the way right off the bat. Yeah. My other name I go by is Aldous Castle. Did you know that?
I thought it was the amazing Dev.
It is that too. I can't see anything right now because apparently microphone is up on screen.
Wow.
John hates us. What are you doing, John?
John's having fun.
John's doing
John is
I'm trying to get the double talk.
Oh, it's double talk. Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Well, hey everybody. So we are today is Adventures in Smoking.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Yay!
So I'm looking forward to that because we got some good stories to tell. Mine is probably not going to be as exciting as these two old-timers.
This is true.
But let me see them comments there, Mr. John. Give me a second. What will we have to smoke today? Is beautiful cigar right here. Has a great smell on it. Nica Rustica Adobe. Yeah, it smells absolutely phenomenal. What is it? Oh, Dr. D, Mr. Levitt. Welcome.
Mikey, Dr. D.
It's smelling great today. And then today I'm enjoying.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Four Roses, single barrel.
Oh, good for you. I heard. Now, that's from my understanding, I think that's Tammy's favorite.
It is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. I don't know why I said it.
Yeah, but it's
good sound. I'm putting on my radio voice.
Four Roses.
Surprisingly, no roses in this.
But it smells like one.
It smells like delicious roses.
Oh, it smells like honey.
2 on the sound train.
A, B, C, D,
That's right.
E, F,
Parse it.
G.
Like I say, it's
Sound train.
15
15
seconds.
second delay, so we won't know for 15 seconds. Is it good?
Really?
It sounds good now, John?
Yep.
Okay, good.
We're back.
Welcome back. Sorry about that, y'all.
Hey,
My name is Devin. That's Gary.
dang.
I also go by Arc of Fire for anybody listening in my gaming realm who tuned in. I appreciate you. And then John in the little box right there, which, he's actually right here, but I'm pointing here to speak for you guys.
Very good. There it is right there.
Point to your left there, Gary,
Oh, wait.
with
hold
your
on.
other hand.
Hold on. Wait. Yeah, right. There it is.
Yeah, so he's right there.
So there he is
There
right
he is.
there.
Yeah.
There,
See,
there you go.
We got this.
There you
I'll
go.
eventually get this figured out.
Eventually.
Excellent.
So we're smoking the Nica Rustica.
Yeah, so the Nica, I call it Nica Rustica, Nica Rustica, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, yeah.
Nica
that's true.
Rustica.
Yeah, Babushka.
It's good for your ass. It is what I say.
It is it's from Esteli, and it's Drew Estate. And what they've done here is basically just commemorated one of the better cities in Esteli, Nicaragua. And what it is Adobe area, and it's basically just a neighborhood that's very colorful.
Right.
It's got all kinds of homes that are in, and actually this guy that went down there, and of course he painted all of these particular homes and made it into this right here. It's more of a almost a destination for that area right there.
Oh wow!
And if you live in that area, then you're doing all right. But yeah, and it's a tribute to that area down there, and that's one of the better areas that has been kind to the Esteli region.
And Mr. John, if you can show off the band there real quick on your camera.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
sort
even
of.
have mine open yet. I'm still doing technical things.
Oh, okay, there you are.
So the band is a blue and black, but the blue is kind of like it's like a sky. It's not necessarily a baby.
What do you think of the band?
I like it.
Do you?
You know what I really like about it is the top of it, which John will show you here in a second if he can get in close. The top of it right here, it's got kind of like a stamp.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like
I was about to say that. Yeah.
yeah, it's got kind of like that
Yeah.
little jagged edge right there.
There you are. Yeah.
And it adds a little bit of character.
It does
If
that.
it was just a straight band, I'd be like, yeah, it's nice.
I agree.
But that little added element, definitely
Yeah, I
a nice
agree.
band. And
Yeah.
like I said, it's not a baby blue. It's not a sky blue.
No.
I wish I knew what color blue that is. It's kind of maybe a.
It's kind of a no driving gloves blue.
It is.
Is it?
It's almost a tropic blue.
Yeah.
It fits in really well. The Nica Rusca's in a blood red, and it's got a tag. It's got a band foot on it.
Yeah. It's good looking sticks. Roll
is.
real well.
My
It's got
fingers don't work right here.
a good what do you call it? It's got
We'll put a stick on the top of your laptop so you know exactly where the center of your camera is.
yeah. But it's a
We
good
just
looking
need to
stick.
get a little thing here to rotate it.
Yeah.
There you are.
We'll rotate right off.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, it's a good looking stick though.
Yeah.
It is nicely rolled.
Switch it back, man. Nobody wants to see you.
We're gonna do our cutting by
look
by
at you.
Colibri
Oh,
with my
DV
vintage
cut.
Colibri V
Yeah, I
cut.
hear you,
deep
man.
not sponsored.
Go
You
with it.
Feel free to sponsor.
Yeah. Looking for sponsors.
Provide us with brand new cutters so we can cut them.
Yeah, and lighters as
3
well.
of them.
We don't mind
Cutters.
cutters or lighters and or lighters. Either one. It's fine.
I love the
No,
fact that your
I
mom.
really don't want a new one. I'm real happy with this Colibri cutter. It's going to kill me the day I lose it. I've had it for 6 years now, probably.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'll just give the third one. I'll just give it to Dr. D. How about that? He supports us enough anyway. I'll just give it to him.
Okay.
So we're doing adventures in smoking, right?
I think we are.
I think that's
believe
the name
so.
of the title.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Gary's probably got the longest story. John, wouldn't you agree?
Obviously.
He's probably got.
I was trying to find the. There we go. Adventures in Smoking.
Hey, that was right.
Here we go. Oh,
And we look on the ground full of tobacco and remember the history in which we came to tobacco. That was a little over dramatic.
Hey, that was a
That's,
free app. I'm going to use it.
yeah. There you
That was
are.
pretty good. I like that. I like that.
Good
That's pretty
shot.
cool.
Good shot. What a time for sound.
I have got
Yeah.
a voice
Yeah.
for nothing. I'm just joking. So I would really love to start with Gary's story, but honestly, his story will take up the rest of the entire
It
podcast
really will.
because he's a great storyteller.
It really
Yeah.
doesn't matter if he goes
Yeah.
first or last. It's going
Yeah.
to take up the rest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're gonna start with me, then we're gonna go to John, and then we'll go to Gary. Is that all right with y'all?
Other than I told Gary at the beginning, I don't really have a story.
So we'll just have you make up whatever you want.
Ooh, cool. It could be
Yeah.
a really long story.
Hey, talk about traveling to Hollywood and getting to ride with Robert De Niro. I don't know, whatever you want.
That time Seinfeld and I were having cigars with Larry David, and
Yeah, you were actually his first test guest for that show he does.
comedians in cars having coffee, or comedians with cars having coffee.
I don't know, whichever one was on Netflix that I watched that I really enjoyed.
He did it as a YouTube show prior to that.
I know.
And
I
then-
wish I had caught it on that.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I
Tell
finally
me
saw
about
it got syndicated or whatever.
Tell me about
It's a really good show.
Yeah.
I really
is.
enjoy it.
It is. It's cool. Very
Anyway,
cool.
so feel free to type out your story in the chat. If you've got a neat story, feel free to type it all out. Send us a paragraph. We'll read it right now.
Or we'll at least put it up on the screen for
Or at least put it,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
everybody else to read it. Unless
It's the,
you're illiterate, and then you're just screwed.
Yeah. Hit the
All right.
hit the Braille button, and we'll check it out.
The Braille button. I dated a girl named Braille Button.
Oh, she had a Braille button.
Anyway.
A lot of periods in that one, huh?
When John makes a joke that pushes me over the edge, we've gone too far. Yep.
I got a bonus one out of that I didn't even see.
That's what she said. So I am drinking Four Roses, single barrel. Wonderful. We're in good celebration today. So
What year is that?
Whatever year it was made.
Okay.
Because I didn't look. I was too busy.
It was on the fourth rose.
Tammy asked me to pour this for somebody, and I was like, I guess I'm drinking that too. And I finished off the rest of the bottle because there wasn't much left.
Nice.
So my story begins when I was 17.
She's only 7.
Wow.
Oh, John. Oh, John. Oh, John.
Well, if I played the real winger, we'd get in trouble.
Yes, for sure.
That's true.
Yes.
Your bastardized version works just. So I had a buddy of mine. We both went to martial arts together, both 17, and we practiced martial arts together a lot. He and I were best friends. We just did everything together. It was great, man. It was like, your high school buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We were both in music class together. We had a bunch of classes together. Then we decided to do martial arts together, and he got really good at it, and I got okay at it. And then I remember we were like, you know what? We went and saw a movie or something like that. And then I lived in Georgia at the time, South Georgia, just under Stockbridge. And we went. He had cigars. I didn't know he had any cigars. We went to Denny's at Tanger Outlet Mall. So Tanger Outlet Mall was that mall. It's like a strip mall. It had like 25, 50 stores, all in a big U shape. And Denny's was right in the center. That Denny's was the best kept Denny's you'd ever seen. Because the owner of that whole area was like, that better be the best looking Denny's on the planet. And it was clean. The staff was nice. Everything about that Denny's was good. So anyway, we ate. And then I remember we walked out back and he's like, come on, man, let's smoke these. And I was like, what are you talking about? So we started smoking. And little did I know, I didn't know much about smoking. He had to educate me on it because he had done it a few times before. So strangely, I didn't inhale. Didn't have the coughing fit, none of that. And took to it naturally. Got halfway through it and I went, damn, this is a good cigar. Like I didn't know anything about cigars.
But
it was good.
but you can't remember what it was.
Oh, I know exactly.
Come on, Daddy.
Exactly what it was.
Come on.
It was a Padron.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you furry slug.
Yep.
Hey.
That's the reason I love Padron so much. It was,
Yes,
it was
sir.
absolutely. It was a Padron. I don't know how he managed to afford it at the time with, basically working shit jobs and stuff, but we smoked Padrones. And the alternate story to that, at the end of the night, I remember coming home and like we'd smoke cigars later on, and we'd always be in his car and spraying down. So, my mother doesn't find out or something. And I come in and I go immediately inside and change clothes. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we did something. I'm going to take a shower real quick. Okay, bye. And then went upstairs. My mother looked at me and goes, I know you smoke, right?
Oh, really?
And
She nailed you. Oh, she called you on it.
She did. She goes, I'm okay with it. Just don't be stupid about it. So
stupid about it.
Yeah.
Huh.
And because she was a cigarette smoker my whole life until like about 6 years prior to that.
So she didn't want you getting into the cigarette aspect of it?
She goes,
you
were smoking cigars. And I went, how'd you tell? It was like, she goes, I smoke cigarettes and you don't smell like cigarettes.
Yeah.
She goes, you inhaling? I was like, no. She goes, you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Very good. Very good.
Just don't go crazy with it and don't go to anything harder than that.
Good for you.
Like, okay.
Well,
and
all right.
I smoked a few more for age 17, 18, 19. And then I probably didn't smoke again until I was 23, 24.
Really?
Because I worked at a hospital and it was a stressful job. And there was a cigar shop right next to it. And the guy invited me in one time and said, hey, man, you're medical. You come in, you smoke for free at night.
What?
So I got to smoke. I got to drink whiskey.
Look at
after
you.
Hours.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And that was the first time I had ever smoked a Maduro Padron. And I remember getting off of a 12-hour shift. And guess what was a stupid idea to smoke? A Maduro Padron. Because I got about a quarter of the way through it and the whole room was spinning. And we were watching.
You remember?
It was that not Little Shop of Horrors. It was Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah.
We were watching that because I'd never actually watched the whole movie in full. So I was like, yeah, I'll come by and watch that. And I'm telling you, I remember sitting back going, if I blinked longer than half a second, everything was spinning.
Wow.
And I had to stop because I had nothing to eat. I was drinking whiskey and smoking a Maduro cigar.
Right.
It was the worst combination for somebody my age.
Golly, man. That's
But I enjoyed
dangerous. Oh, that's good. As long as you did. That's worse than dope, though, man.
And that's my story. That's my adventures in smoking.
That's pretty neat, though, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is.
Pretty cool.
That is cool.
I
Padron.
always remember that.
Now, was that a 1926, 64, regular 1000 series? What was it?
That's what's funny is I think it was 1000 series, but I remember the band being more elaborate. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember it being elaborate.
Yeah, and the 1000 series has always been the same.
Yeah, it's been generic.
Yeah, it's been very generic.
So I think it was something more expensive.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that would make sense too.
Yeah,
I really would.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
that's awesome, man. Yeah. That's pretty cool right there, and one to remember that you'll never forget.
That's right. That's right.
How about you, Joe?
Yeah, John. What's your story? Robert De Niro, or did you smoke with Danny DeVito?
Nice.
That's
or Jay Leno.
Smoke with.
John would do it. John would do it with Jay Leno.
I don't know if Leno does cigars.
No, he don't. He's teetotaler. I think he drinks a little bit. That's about it.
I'm working on it. Give me a little bit.
Well, by the time Gary's done with his, it'll be like 8. 2 hours.
I could have a whole adventure by the time he's done.
Exactly. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
It could be the adventure.
It's true. All right.
You I hope not.
Number up there?
I hope
it
not.
Says 21.
Yeah.
You got until it says 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I think I can take care of that. Yeah.
Gary's stories.
I don't have a starter pistol.
You got have you got one of those wee whistles, whatever they are? There it goes. And start and go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, of course.
Beautiful.
That was awesome.
And we're off.
Well, I was sort of debating on whether or not to go to the very first go round that I've ever smoked before.
No, it's not about first.
But right, it's
yeah.
So obviously it's going to be honest with you, it's going to be here in the shop. And it was one of my, it was an icon at that time right there that I thoroughly enjoyed. So, and I've told you this story, but I think we were in a rush or something to that effect, and
Right.
whatever you may not. But anyway, yeah. So other than the New Orleans story, I've told you in one of the very first episodes. That was probably one of the best times I've had, other than this particular time here. So I'm working this particular shop here.
Yeah.
And it's about May, somewhere along in there.
It's gonna be May.
Yeah. And I see as I'm behind the counter, you can see as you're behind the counter, you can sort of see outside the window. It's got a big glass front on the storefront. Anyway, and you can see out front. So I'm looking, and as I'm looking here, I'm looking and I see two black SUVs pull up outside. And I said, huh, okay. Escalades. And I said, okay, all right, two black SUVs, and they're pulling up right there at the curb. I said, okay, this very well could get good. So I said, well, let me just wait this out. So I see this entourage of the black guys come in here, and here they come, and there's about 4 or 5 of them come in the door. And then all of a sudden, there's one that stopped and kept the door open. And when he kept the door open, of course, I'm behind the counter. I'm sort of leaning on the counter, such as I am here on the table here. And I'm leaning on the counter there. And all of a sudden, in walks in Steve Harvey. And I said,
here
at 280 at this location. And Steve Harvey walks in. And when he walks in, my mouth drops. I get a little starstruck. I get a little, giddy, if you will.
He's a cool dude.
Oh, he's a stupid cool dude. He is the bomb. Him and Mike Tyson are two of the, I guess you could say, human mentors in my life right now.
Okay.
Believe it or not. And if you haven't listened to any of them, you need to. But either one of them. Now, Mike, of course, Mike gets rough, but Mike now has grown up. Anyway, whatever. So here he comes. He comes in, and as we're perusing around, I introduce myself, and he's just tired, and he's sitting down. Of course, he's like, man, y'all do what y'all want to. Y'all go in there, pick that out, and he's roughing these kids up as they're coming back to the counter there. And he's like, I suppose you expect for me to pay for that, don't you? Yeah, because y'all ain't got no money. I know that, all of that, man. I mean, he's roughing them up good, And at the same time, we got a little seating area over there by the door, and he's sitting over there just chilling. And the deal was that he went to the Pro-Am. We have a region's senior golf tournament here this every year, and it's a major for the seniors. And he was at the Pro-Am. And so he comes in and he's walked all 18 holes, and he's had to put up with the hecklers and the people telling him how to swing. And he's elaborating that. He's like, God, this guy followed me around from like the 12th hole all the way to 18, trying to tell me how to swing. I'm like, my God, I know how to swing a club. Don't even, man, come on. So anyway, he's all of that right there. And man, he is in just really enjoying what he's saying and everything to that effect. Nevertheless, he goes in. I said, is there anything I can show you, whatever else? And he says, I know you ain't got no Cubans. So he said, let me see something, next to it or whatever else. So I put him on a Davidoff Winston Churchill late hour.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I said, Steve-O, you got to try this. And he says, it's going to be good. You know how he does. He said, you know, he said, it's going to be good, right? He said, cause if it ain't good, I'm going to come back at you. And I said, that'd be great. So he sat down, and I sat down in that lounge in there. And he and I sat down in that lounge, and of course, that's his boys, his children, and introduced each of them, whatever else, great bunch of dudes on top of that, just real humble guys. And anyway, we sat down and shot the bull just a little bit, and he says, and he looks at me with his wild-eyed look, and he raises that cigar, and he said, "This MFer is good." And I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "I figured you'd like it. I that's one of our top sellers. And anyway, I just figured you might be right down that alley right there." And he says, "I want 3 boxes. I want 3 boxes before I leave here." So I sold him.
Probably has a
small
story that goes,
"Oh yeah,
you know why I smoke these? There's this guy in Alabama
oh yeah,
who told me to smoke this. And it was so, I mean, no joke.
And
you're the reason he probably smokes that now."
And I'll put a little nuance on this right here. So about a year and a half later, behind the counter, of course, mail comes in, boom, mail's on the counter, and I'm looking through the mail, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, I'm like, okay. So I say, what is this? It's a brown manila envelope. And it feels like it's got something inside of it, of course, of thickness, like paper or, like a contract or something like that, real kind of thick. And I said, "What in the world?" And I opened it up and I feel inside of it and I slide it out. It's a Cigar Aficionado magazine signed by Steve Harvey. And I looked down and I said, "Holy
You framed that, right?
moly."
You framed that, right?
Well, I left it to Harris to frame. So I said, "Hey, we got to do something. We got to put this in the lounge somewhere. We got to put this behind the counter. We got to do something with it here." I said, "I don't care, I said, but we got to get something done." I said, "This is too freaking cool." I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue. No clue. Yeah. I have no clue. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
So and signed Cigars and More 280. Thank you for the experience. Great cigars, great atmosphere. And I'm looking at this going, "God,
I'm asking Harris next time.
You gotta be kidding me."
That's happening.
God.
I'm straight
Hit him up.
ask him.
Hit him up, because I left it up to him to frame and go
in here.
Yeah.
At all times, and on the back of the frame, it needs to write,
Gary
met this guy.
Yeah.
And the story.
Oh,
on the back of the frame.
Yeah, it was. There he is, the man himself.
Probably holding a freaking dad.
Yeah, no, that's probably a Cuban there. Yeah.
No, that's the cover from Cigar Aficionado.
Yeah, that's it. It sure is.
Look at that.
Yeah, and he was on the cover of it, and it was signed to us.
No joke. That may be.
Mm-hmm.
That may be.
Yeah.
One of the ones you sold him.
Yeah. So
they probably take the band off so they don't have to. Copyright it.
Maybe so. But
do you know what the date of that issue was?
I don't know. I don't, John. I really don't. I know it was probably pushing around about 2015, somewhere along in there.
April 1st, 2017.
17.
Wow.
Okay.
I just know it's April Fool's Day too.
How about that? Yeah. That was him.
Man on the move.
Yeah, when I pulled that out and I seen him on the cover and I just seen that little sign down at the bottom, I said, "Okay, there we are." And that was a pinnacle right there. Yeah.
I wouldn't even let Harris frame it. I'd have done it myself.
Yeah.
I
would have been. That's great. Yeah. So I was
sent Harris the bill for the frame. I'd have had that custom framed.
I would have. Yeah.
That's a Rocky Patel lighter he's using right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. They got to light it with something. It's huge.
Yeah, I agree with Sir Metal down there, man. Like, he's somebody you want to meet. Like, I'm not much into famous people. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I like to meet people and talk to them. And I don't get starstruck or anything, but
right.
He seems like such a chill dude.
He was.
Freaking chills.
He was.
That he thought about you enough to send that to you.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Those are his personal humidors there, photograph.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Again, this is a Cigar Aficionado
Right.
April 2017 issue, just in case you want to pick it up. March, April 2017.
Nice.
Since we're stealing their images, we got to give them some sort of credit.
Good deal.
And in that picture were probably some of the cigars you sold them.
I would hope so. I really would. Yeah, because it was that was a great time. Right,
That's
there.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I was gonna tell you about the time that I got Michael Nussmeier, which is he was the fullback for Alabama, and he come in and he signed me something, and of course made me brought it in framed, and it was him lighting a cigar up after the national championship.
I don't know much about that, so to me, the
Bam!
Steve Harvey one is
So
that's ball game, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was cool, and every chance I get to watch him on TV, it's always a memorable time. So,
Hey,
but I was like glitch in his eye.
look at that.
I love that.
smoked of it.
I love that. I love that. That's a great sign right there. Anytime you see a smoke coming out of the end of the stick, or actually out of the head of the stick right there, that's a great sign right there, man. That's a good draw. That's good tobacco. That's a good roll. That's
This is
good
a
quality.
good stick, man.
That's good quality. Anytime that smoke comes out of the tip right there and you're not drawing off of it, that's a good stick right there, buddy.
How you
So,
enjoying it, John?
It's not too bad. I mean,
my third
I don't
story was when John come in the shop of First at 280 right there, and of course he and I we smoke a little bit together. That was my third story.
Wacky tobacco?
Yeah. No, not necessarily.
Gary
cigars.
remembers me because of who I was dating at the time, and
A little wild,
crazy.
very much so.
So what's your story, John? You come up with one yet?
I haven't even made up one yet. Just kind of boring because when I have a cigar, it's totally that chill, relaxing thing for conversation or alone time or peacefulness. And I'm
gonna interrupt you there for a second. And a lot of folks don't know John, but John is semi-famous, if you will. I'm a bit intimidated when I get around him, believe it or not, because John has made tracks in the car industry. George Barber's right hand man, that does
And he runs this amazing podcast called No Driving Gloves.
He does that, but yet John has been on TV multiple times and talked about cars and been on shows, whatever else, and used to rebuild Lotus, for Barber Motors. And I mean, so John he's up there. If you
He's
will.
just so humble. That's
He
the
is.
thing.
He really
He's
is.
so quiet about you wouldn't know.
Yeah, he's very, very humble
and
within
that's
himself.
the challenge I have
you know?
with your story is we're sitting around Car
Yeah.
Club one Saturday for lunch. And I go out with these guys.
Mhm.
Used to be almost every Saturday pre-COVID. And I just haven't got back in the groove. And somebody said to me once, I think it was Chandler, he goes, younger kid, and he goes, "What's your best car story?" And I thought about it, and
God,
I was kind of drew a blank, and I
believe
I
that.
can't remember what story I started to tell him. But the following week, I said, "No, I got a better one for you."
You had to
'cause,
look it up.
Not only at Barber and the career I had prior to moving to Alabama.
Yeah.
The question was always asked, "Who's the most famous person you've ever met?" And my response is always, "Can you narrow down the field? Because do you want a race car driver? Do you want a TV personality? Do you want a movie actor? Do you want a rock and roll singer?"
I was like,
So,
go ahead. Which one?
yeah. Let's narrow it down because everybody's famous in their own right. I mean, I've had the #1 podcast in Czechoslovakia now, so I'm probably pretty popular there, and in Laos. So, and probably people know me now.
#1 podcast in Czechoslovakia.
for automotive podcasts.
Automotive podcast.
That's the David Hasselhoff of podcast.
Take it, man. That's a weird one.
Roll
but
with
take
it, man. Roll with it. Yeah, it works. Run.
Well, I'm gonna try to take that from you.
But you're not doing automotive.
I'll mention video game automotive and try to capture that market.
But I'm
Czechoslovakians, watch out.
I can tell you the dumbest thing I ever did over a cigar. I don't know if I can tell you adventures and it was at the old 280 shop.
Mm.
And I don't know if he listens. I see him every now and then in the shop. He's not as much of a regular now as he's aged. But at the time, I had sold effectively the last Lotus I owned. And I had a bunch of money burning a hole in my pocket. And I was trying to decide what to buy. And I tossed out to him, I go, thinking of buying an airplane, but I don't know how to fly.
Nice.
And he goes, what? I said, well, I got money. I got some money and it's for toys. And I figure I can pick up a Cessna 120 or a 140 for about what I have. I just need to learn to fly, but I don't know if I can fly with the conditions I have and things. And his response was, well, if you buy the plane and let me use it and I'll pay my expenses, I'll teach you to fly. And I went ahead and bought a Porsche.
They're gonna fly, but he's on the ground. He's gonna fly on the ground. I can't blame you.
Don't drive faster than your guardian angel can fly.
Right on.
That's right.
Right
That's
on.
right.
But
like
no, that was probably the dumbest thing I ever did. I kick myself still to this day for not researching that a little bit more. I've said though that if I would have bought a plane back in 08, 09, when that opportunity presented itself,
It'd be for sale in
well,
10.
it probably would be scrapped now because I don't know if I would have been able to do all the computerized updates that was mandatory in 2019. In 2019, wasn't making as much money as I was.
I got you.
But yeah, that's probably the dumbest thing I've ever done, which I guess that could be an adventure. Yeah. But
so Sir Metal says he's met somebody famous person that we probably don't know. So who is it?
Well, if we don't know them, are they that famous?
It's true. It's true because we are the only people who know famous people around here, I guess.
True.
I'm enjoying the smoke.
This is very
Jordan
good.
Fisher. He is a singer, songwriter, and streamer. He grew up with me in Trustville before he got big and moved away.
Oh, sort of like Tosh.
Singer, songwriter. What songs did he do?
What?
Tosh.0. Wasn't he from Alabama too?
Yeah, Daniel Tosh.
Yeah. Dude, funny as hell.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, he gives Saban a heck, man. He really does.
Cheers to all of y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you wasting your time with us.
Feel free. Can you pop up that email address?
Maybe I can. What computer am I using?
So if you got a story you'd like to tell us, some adventures in smoking, type it out. See if you can make it a paragraph or two, no more than two.
The email's kind of complicated. Cigar smoking. Cigar smoking underground. At Gmail. It's probably much easier to go to the website, smokingunderground.com.
Yeah, so it's a little elaborate, but if you're dedicated and want to send it.
Yeah, the S at the end, because it's cigar smoking underground, not cigars smoking underground.
Right, so there's only one S.
Yes.
Which I got wrong for the longest time.
Can I tell another one, or are we out of time?
Oh, go ahead. Tell them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, where's
a few people?
She's at the lake tonight, so I can stay out late.
Yeah, this was kind of cool.
All right, Gary.
But this is going to be kind of short, but nevertheless, anyway. So we're at the old 280 shop, right? Old 280 shop, smaller shop, still sort of a glass front, whatever else. Anyway, it was in the adjacent shopping center over there where Arts Music is, and it was on the very end.
Gotcha.
On the very, very end.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so sitting there, guys, these two guys come in, they're they're buying cigars, whatever else. And you could tell their accents were a little different than mine. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, California, Canada, whatever else. Anyway, the guys got to know them. Man, they were the greatest dudes. My God. And they kept coming in day after day after day and on like clockwork, like 3 o'clock. Boom, boom, 3 o'clock. These two guys come in. Then occasionally you might have a third one come in. Boom, boom, boom. So finally, we just got really hitting it off really good. And then finally, I just asked the guys, I said, and I'm sitting back there in the lounge one day. And of course, I didn't tell Harris this, but I'm sitting back there in the lounge one day and we're shooting the bull. And I said, what do y'all do? I said, I see you coming here day after day after day. 3:00. He said, we're shooting a movie. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, we're actually from Lionsgate Film.
Oh,
That's going off in my head. Exactly what you did. So I said, okay, all right. So I said, Lionsgate. I said, wait. And I said, but Lionsgate. And I just shut up. I said, okay, all right, because I'm thinking Lionsgate. And he said, I know where you're coming from. He said, yeah. He said, but we're the real deal. He said, we're here to do that. And I said, I got to ask. He said, we're doing what they call a movie called Grace Unplugged. And Grace Unplugged turned out to be a Christian base movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it was. It's basically about a young lady that the dad was a rock star, went through high water, recording contracts, companies, and gone through all of that junk, and then finally, she was going down the same road because she had the talent. And then finally, she's just abandoned. She ran away, and because he's trying to say, "Listen, you don't need that. Don't need to go anyway. Whatever." So I'm thinking, okay, well that's cool. So he says, "You want to come to one of the shoots?" And I said, "Yeah." So I'm looking at a buddy of mine by the name of Steve Garrett, and Steve was Steve. He still hangs around. A funny guy, great guy. Anyway, and Steve's like, he's like, yeah. And he didn't even give me a chance to answer. He said, yeah, we'll come. And I said, well, I guess you got your answer there. And so, yeah. So we go to this house over in Brook Hills. We go to this house, and this is at 9:00 at night.
Jeez.
I shut the shop down. We go to this house. We go to the house. And we pull up to this house that's in the woods. I mean, this driveway just sort
You're
of
about to get murdered.
Seriously, So, but before we do, Russ, Russ is the guy's name. So I'm texting Russ. I said, okay. He says, pull at Brook Hills Church, and he said the ferry will come get you there. The cab or the shuttle. He said, the shuttle will bring you there. And I said, shuttle? What the freak, dude? So I said, okay. So me and Steve, we're, parking in the parking deck. Cones, cars. And I'm like, what have we got ourselves
You're
into?
about to get sacrificed.
I'm like, my God. So yeah, this mid-sized type bus, one like West Rides out here.
Yeah.
It pulls up right there, and he opens the door up right there, and it's just, it's empty. And he opens it up. He said, you, Gary? And I said, yeah. And he said, come on in. Okay. All right. So he shuttles us up, the P. whistles away in this neighborhood. And then finally we go up this driveway. As we go up this driveway, I'm seeing this big, huge spotlight. And it's in the woods, and it's shined up against this house.
Batman.
Yeah. And it literally is. And what it is it's trying to emulate their the sunlight. Yeah. So anyway, and it's got this freaking generator outside and all these freaking cables running, and it got the studio truck outside. I'm going, geez, this is the what? So we go inside, and he says, we tiptoe inside, we open the door up, and we see all this camera equipment, just similar to what we got, except they've got cameras, and I'm going, yeah. Holy moly. No, these are the deal. So sure enough, he says, open the door up. We go inside. And of course, we're looking around, and I'm like, what the heck? And so Russ sees us. He said, oh, come on in. Come on in. So we go inside there. Me and Steve, we sort of whistle our way inside. And we start looking around, and he says, okay, we're just about to shoot. So y'all going to have to cool. All right. So he's over there, and it's sort of partitioned here. You got 2 monitors here, and you got 3 cameras. You got one on this side, and the living room's on the other side is partition of the kitchen in which they're in. So they're over there, and I'm looking at James Denton. James Denton played in Batman and I don't know whatever else he played in, but he's big boy. Kevin Pollock,
Really?
um, Shawnee Smith. If you ever seen Becker or Saw, you remember the movie Saw? Okay, the crazy chick in Saw that's dark headed. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, that's Shawnee Smith.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I'm looking at her. I'm looking at James Denton and Kevin Pollock is somewhere around here, and that's what So I'm like, okay. So we get to watch, one of the scenes that's going on right there, and he's like, okay, y'all keep cool. So yeah, and next thing you know, we're sitting here, and the director Chris over here, and Russ, and the other executive producers outside. I don't know where he's at. So anyway, we're just sort of sitting there, just doing our own thing, and watching this, the making of this movie going on. And I'm going, this is just freaking nuts, cool. This is awesome. So yeah, and next thing you know, we end up going out on the back deck and just sort of lighting one up and just sort of just chilling a little bit. And he says, I wish I could just sort of stay. He said, but we got to get going again. And then finally, I get my picture made with Shawnee Smith, and James Denton had to go do something else anyway else. And Kevin Pollock left. He was already gone. And so, yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of cool,
Wow.
And I wish Steve.
Pictures and smoking.
I
Damn.
wish. Yeah.
Gary brought the heat tonight.
Oh, that was a great time. That was a great time. We didn't leave till like 12, 1 o'clock. It was great, man. We had a ball. Anyway, yeah. So that was all.
There you go.
That's all.
Wow.
That's it.
I don't know if we can top that. That's pretty good.
I won't go on the Louisiana story.
No, we'll save that for another episode of this, because that was great.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. But
He
that's
was,
all.
Famous for his acting. He was in a lot of Disney. Okay. Yeah. All right. There you go. Adventures in Smoking. Like I said, if you got any stories you want to share with us, you can go to smokingunderground.com. You can check out our website. We are part of Cigars and More.
Yep.
And yeah, that's about it.
There we go. Thank you for wasting your time with us again.
Thank you for having a smoke with us. Thank you, John, for all your hard work.
Indeed. Always,
Mr.
John.
Purple shirt, great man.
Always.
Looking sharp.
Yeah, if I was just on camera.
If you were just on camera.
I might be
you
able
were earlier.
might be able to push a button so people can see that.
I'm getting tired, Gary.
You had a rough day, Devin.
I had a rough day.
You've had a rough, good day today,
Had a
man.
rough, good day today.
You have had a rough, good day today, man.
Well, that's another time for another story.
There's John. There he is,
hey,
a.k.a.
remember
Gary.
to like, share, subscribe, smash them buttons, all the blah, 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 blah. And Gary, the most interesting man alive. That's right.
Nico Rustico. Or Nico
Yeah,
Rustico.
well, let's wrap it up with our reviews on this now that we've
Yeah, let's do it.
smoked it for approximately 45 minutes or so.
I've enjoyed
You gonna
this.
lean in
Believe
to
it.
see us? Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, why not? You wanted to see me. That was the whole thing. See big head,
We'll lean
ear
in.
cans.
It's fine.
Said big
That's
head.
So,
Oh,
There we
there we go. All right.
so far, I have thoroughly enjoyed this.
I have thoroughly enjoyed
I'm
this.
glad it wasn't a Maduro.
Oh my heavens! I mean, yeah. I'm a sun-grown freak anyway. I like good sun-grown wrappers, and this right here actually just right down my alley.
Yeah, I got the Gordo.
Yeah, Gordo. Yeah, I got the Toro. John's got the Corona. It comes in a 3-pack, 3 different sizes. That's them right there, and very inexpensive. They're somewhere close to around about, I don't know, $6-7 a piece, something like that. So yeah, come get one, man. Yeah.
And keep in mind, it is not the Nica Rustica we've sold in the past.
True,
It is,
true.
it is
The
a new
orange
blend,
band,
so
no,
it
it's
is
different.
a different cigar.
Totally. Totally
Nica just recently changed their packaging on their traditional cigar. It doesn't come in the paper wrap triangles now or anymore. It comes in I think, an actual box.
Was that right?
But
Okay, cool.
so some things are changing with it, and but just this is a new selection from them.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, I highly recommend you pick it up and try it out. This is I like the band. I like what it would look like in my humidor.
No driving gloves, and what else?
No driving gloves is where you can find John outside of Smoking Underground, and you can find me on Arcafire Gaming Network on Twitch.
Fire.
Twitch, YouTube, all the socials, etc. So
Nice.
There you go.
And
That's
Gary will get us a podcast of his own.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah. Well, maybe so. Maybe so. I'll put you to sleep somewhere along the line.
somewhere along the lines. So thanks everybody for joining us today. Thanks.
I should have a giggle on here somewhere. Yeah, that is a little laugh.
There it is. There it is. John, that's a silent. That's a joke between me and John there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
you guys have a great night. We'll see you next Thursday. Correct?
Bio con Dios.
I think we're pretty good. We'll be here next Thursday.
All right. Sounds good. We'll see
Yay.
you guys on the next exciting adventure of Smoking Underground. And
Life's
bye. Good night.
Life's too short. Smoke a good short cigar.
That's right.
That's it. And you didn't do yours.
Yep. And I don't remember what.